Hello and welcome to Brother Fredrick Beats. In today's tutorial, I want to show you the secret on how to start a beat. And this tutorial is coming from the comment from young preachers. First thing, before I explain anything, I've been making beats for a long period of time. So what I can just encourage you is to continue practicing. Practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the more you're going to break those barriers which are making you to be failing to start making a beat. So I've break down your comment into parts on how you can start making a beat. So first thing, if I want to make a beat, I start with what type of a beat I want to make. Is it a fast beat or a slow beat? So in this tutorial, I'll just make a beat which is not fast or slow, but it will be just in between to help you on choosing the speed or the BPM of the beat. Then when it comes to the BPM, you can still change the BPM. If the BPM you're using sounds a bit slow, you can still push it until it becomes fast. Or if it is fast, you can reduce it and put it at the BPM which you feel is okay. Doesn't mean that when you have chosen the BPM, you need to stick to that BPM. You can still change the BPM. Then second thing from the BPM is the drum pattern. So in that drum pattern, I must ask myself, which drums am I going to use? Like for this tutorial, I'm going to use the kick, clav, hi-hat, open hat, and a rim shot. Then after choosing the sounds in the drum pattern, I'm going to make a drum pattern. Then after making that drum pattern, as the drum pattern is playing, I'm going to come up with a key. Sometimes you can still have a key before even choosing the BPM or the drum pattern. So that's how I choose the chord progression or the chord in which I want my beat to be in. So like you, if you don't have a chord in your mind, you can choose a random chord. Like for example, in this tutorial, I'm going to just use the key of C. Then the third thing is the chord progression. How do I come up with a chord progression? Chord progression comes from the key which I've chosen. Like example, I said I'm going to use the key of C. Like in this tutorial, I'm going to use a common chord progression, which is the 1, 4, 5. In the same key which I've chosen, which is the key of C. If you want me to explain about the 1, 4, 5 chord progression, you can comment below. Then number 4, adding melodies to the chord progression. So how do I come up with melodies from that chord progression which I've used, which is the 1, 4, 5? When it comes to melody, I just follow the ghost notes. You are going to understand it when we go into FL Studio. Or sometimes as the chords are playing, I'll be just playing some random chords on the keyboard, either the MIDI keyboard or the computer keyboard, just one and the same. So in this tutorial, I'm going to use the computer keyboard because most of you don't have the MIDI keyboard. When I come up with the first melody, then that first melody, I need to add another melody to be supporting the first melody. So when you come up with the first melody, it's easy to go into the second melody. Then from those two melodies, I need to come up with the third one. You can go on and on, but when you're making beats, like for example, don't add a lot of sounds. Like myself, I used to add a lot of sounds when I'm making beats. And the other thing, when I've chosen the sounds in that beat, I can still come back and change the sound. So it doesn't mean like, let's say I've selected this sound, I shouldn't say that I'm going to use this sound until the beat finishes. If that sound, as I'm progressing or adding some other sound, doesn't sound good, I'll still change it and replace it with a sound which is going to sound good. Doesn't sound good, you remove it. If it sounds good, you leave it. That's the way it is with the melody. Let's go into FL Studio now. I start now making a beat from what I've explained. What I'm going to do is to choose the BPM. Start with the BPM. Select the metronome. Then start bringing down the BPM so that I reach at the BPM which I want to use for this beat which I want to make. The next thing which I do is the drum pattern. So in that same drum pattern, which sounds am I going to put in that drum pattern? So I'll start with a kick. So let's use this kick. Then second, I'm going to select the clav. Right click, open new channel. Then I'm going to select the rim shot. So next, right click, open a new channel. Then select the hat. Then the open hat. We're going to use this one. So now we have selected the kick. Just right click and select 4 steps. So if you want, you can put one here so that it extends. Just right click and then again put 4 steps so that it reaches here. Turn off the metronome. So let me just increase the BPM. Try 105. A rim shot, one here, then one here. So it's a common drum pattern which I'm going to make here. Let me just drag this a bit here, then reduce the volume a bit. The kick, let me just tune it a bit, and here the way it's going to sound, then normalize it. I've got my own drum pattern, like with a clav. I want the clav to be playing tan ta tan 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 ta tan ta ta ta. So that's the way I play my clap. Turn the volume a bit. Then here, let's fade it out a bit. So it will be difficult for you to see the sound. So let me just change the theme and put it at default so that you'll be able to see what I'm doing for those who can't see. So next, it's a hi-hat. So the hi-hat, the way I play the hi-hat, I play it like this. It will be it will be like this. So here, I'm going to put the open hat here. Then here, instead of starting where the kick is, I'll skip where the kick is. Then here, we are going to put the hat. Then here, we are going to do opposite of what we have done with the open hat and the hat. So here, after playing this pattern here, we came to the open hat. We are going to do opposite. From playing this pattern, we will go to the hat. You are going to hear that it's going to sound a bit unique. Hat here. Then here, we are going to put the open hat just here. You hear? So now with the open hat, let's tune it a bit. Normalize it. Turn your volumes down. Fade it out a bit. The hi-hat, open hat and the hat, I love putting them closer to the clav. I'm going to add a sound here, which we are going to use for the chords. I'm going to select strings. So these strings, just use them for the chord progression. This one, we said you're going to use the key of C major. So right click and go on the piano roll. So I'm going to use the common chord progression, which is the 1, 4, and 5. These 1, 4, and 5 are major chords. In any key, they are major chords. So in C major, 1, 4, 5 chords is C, F, and G. So let's start here. Then the next one will be F. Then G. Here, they are supposed to be 4. You can just repeat F. So let's finish this chord. Complete C major, then complete F major, then complete G. Then these, we are just going to copy them here. So if you want, you can select this and drop an octave lower. Let's try to drop an octave lower and hear the way it's going to sound. So you can hear it is too loud, the drums, I can't even hear them. Let me add a guitar. So then the sounds you are going to add in this beat, it's up to you to decide. I can't decide for you. So I've added the guitar, acoustic guitar. So the way you can come up with the melody or the next melody from the chords, go on the piano roll. As you can see, I'm able to see the chords from the strings. So from these chords, whatever you put here, it will be on key, but make sure you are following the BPM. Otherwise, some of you make beats which sound off beat. Anything you're going to put here, it will be on key. So just follow this and come up with a melody. So now let me come up with a melody. So let me come up with a melody as the drums are playing together with the strings. So on the normal computer keyboard, what I'm playing is the letter O, I, U, Y, T, and R. So let me record this melody to speed up what I'm doing. So just save the project. Then this one, use the knife and cut it. Then hit this one. So let's hear the way it is going to sound. Let me just solo the strings, odd, and the letter Q, so that you quantize your melodies so that they are not playing off beat. We are going to right click and clone the same guitar. So after cloning the guitar, let's solo this one. Then we're going to right click and go on the piano roll. So we are going to play the same chords which are here. Then here we are going to cut it like this. Cut it here. Delete this one. Copy this one. Then here we are going to add another one here. Then let's extend this. Then let's repeat this in all the 3 chords. I repeat this one and put it in here. Drop an octave lower. So like with the strings, I'm going to replace it with FL keys, then select Chords, turn the volume down. So like with this one, let me just spice it a bit, this lower guitar. So I'm just adding 1 note here. Then drop an octave lower. So let's hear everything now. So like this, now we need to just add the bars. We use FL bars, which is a DX10. Then come here, go to presets. Then select this one, which is then E fruit. Then drag the attack down, the release down, then the decay all the way up, so that it sounds bars. So let me come up with a bars. Copy this and put them here. So let me just replace it with this one. Let me add the whistle. So this one also stock sound from SimSynth. Then click here, go to the presets, then select the whistle. Then the whistle, let me come up with the way I want the whistle to play here. Then repeat the same thing. Let me just rename this sound first so that I can remember them. So like this one is Chords. So let me just send this to the mixer. Let's solo this one. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Brother Fredrick, and I'm out.